Hey, beautiful people, welcome to the weekly Oracle guidance for August 10th to 16th, 2020, hosted by Consciously Connected and Mystic Tira, aka Raven Bear Feathers. Stay tuned. Hey, beautiful people, it's your girl Shakima. I'm just stopping in for today's weekly Oracle guidance. I'm waiting for Raven Bear Feathers to get into the room so that we can just chop it up and vibe and get into the insights for this week for you guys. I hope you guys are having an awesome start to your week thus far. I hope you're enjoying the weather. It's a little bit too hot for me, if I'm completely honest, but I hope it's good for you guys. There we go. I've just sent the live to her, so she should be able to stop into the room, and we can go ahead and chop it up for you guys and just see what's really sort of unfolding for us this week. There we go. Awesome stuff. Great stuff. She's here and we're going to get started for you guys. Hello, Divine Goddess.
What's happening, beautiful? Hi. Blessed to you.
Doing good. Trying to enjoy the weather. It's a little bit, I was just saying, it's a little bit too hot for me, but it's better than cold, so.
We give thanks.
Absolutely.
It's clearing up some stagnant energy. It's much needed.
Definitely. We can start getting a little bit more active again. Interesting.
Yes.
Cards are just flying out already. How have you been there? How's the 8-8 portal treated you? How's the revelations? How's everything been sort of going since last week's transit?
Wow. What can I say? Well, I feel that the areas of my work has taken off big time. I've seen an increase in clients, so thanks for that. And I'm doing more reading. Hello, Orange.
Right. Thank you for stopping into the space, beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all divinely guided and the right time. A lot of people have sort of stepped into their own, because if you look at the last few weeks, we had people struggling to let go of the shadow side and step into their real self. And you know, it applies to all of us, even we the light workers. We have to adjust our way of working, of servicing the community and all of that. So I'm seeing that in other people, and I'm experiencing it in myself. There's so much growth though, so much growth, you know, and for those who have really embraced.
Come on. I'm not too sure what's sort of going on with the connection on Raven Bear Feathers. Hopefully it's something that we can, so I guess it didn't sort of like, it didn't stick. But she'll be back and we'll be able to sort of dive deep into what's sort of taking place for us this week. I feel like it's already been a good few days since the week. I don't know, for some reason I feel like I'm probably on Wednesday of the week already, and we've only just started the work week. I think probably because I start my week generally on a Sunday, and then Monday is kind of like the continuation of the week for me. But how's the week? You have that smiley face, baby. Whenever I'm kind of like holding the tension of anything, it just like it comes out and it's just like, that was pretty intense. Oh, what a week. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you. I feel like I feel like there's been a major shift for us this week so far, which I'm really intrigued to see what's coming this week. I'm really intrigued. I'm super bummed about I'm gonna send the live to her again. I'm super bummed. She's active, so I'm gonna send it back to her, and hopefully she can come and stop into this space again, and we can go ahead and see what's coming for us this week. Cards are just flying out, so I'm sure that there's a lot that Spirit has to say for just what's unveiling for us this week. And I feel like there was definitely a lot of insight in terms of what Raven Bear Feathers was really putting across, because I think that there has been a lot of people coming into their own, but I think also for the people that presumed that they had already found themselves, right? We've kind of like dived into a deeper layer of self, and it's almost like, you know, certain intentions that were being set maybe 3 to 6 months ago are really now starting to materialize. And it's a really, really great place to be, where you can sort of see the foundations that you've been intending starting to be cultivated. So it's a really, really interesting time. I'm like super, super stoked to see what's coming for us. Hopefully she can get back into the room, because I'm not too sure what's actually what's taking place with her. Yeah, with her loving your smiley self. What a beautiful energy it has been within us, right? Sis, absolutely. I'm feeling the same state of unconditional love. Absolutely, absolutely. I think it was beautiful, because for myself yesterday, it was almost like myself and my shadow, we had like a really great moment of recognition, where my shadow self was actually just like really yeah, just living in gratitude for me, which was strange, because my shadow is usually very ungrateful. And it was just because of my unconditional love for it. It's almost like it was just expressing gratitude, and just letting me know that it's now learning how to love, and it's learning why it's important to love, and it's learning how it can move past its own resistances to love, which was nice, actually. That was a really significant breakthrough, because I feel like there's been times in the journey where I cry a lot, so it was always something that I felt like that was a flaw, and it's just a part of who I am. So I learned how to accept that. I had so many other layers of myself that I was still learning. Yeah, unfolding the lovely of limitless love. Absolutely. I think it was beautiful. I think I sat and we cried together, which was nice. It's a little bit strange, because I was crying with myself, but you know, we both just kind of acknowledged like how far we had come, and how much we had grown, and just like it was almost like a so good. Absolutely. It was just nice, because I think that that part of myself was just expressing that it's finally it's levels. Absolutely. The levels are definitely something else, because I think that there was a part of myself that was striving, I guess, for this unconditional love, not necessarily realizing that the choice was there all along, and really kind of what I had to do was just let those parts be okay, because I started to judge those parts of myself based on how comfortable or uncomfortable it made other people feel. There we go. Raven Bear Feathers is back in the room, and we're gonna go live. Should be good. But now we're here, which is nice. Hey, beautiful.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, yeah. Spirit got me doing all this grand entrance all the time. I don't know.
Love
My
it.
internet just went off. It's just weird.
I
Hello.
love that. No,
It's nice to be with you. I was like,
no,
what
it's
kind of trick?
lovely.
What kind of trick are they playing now? What kind of trick? You know, they're always trying to pull our legs. You know, Spirit is always trying to play with us, right? If you're aware, you're listening. Greetings, sister. Orange, love to see you. Shining and bright. I love the color orange. It's the color that we had today in the subtle side. So carry on, goddess. What did I miss?
No. I was literally just saying, I feel like what the 8-8 portal did for myself was just acceptance on another level. So I was actually just kind of like piggybacking off what you were saying about how there were a lot of people coming into their own. And I was just saying, even for a lot of the people that had felt like they had already come into their own, they sort of like went into another level of themselves. And I was just kind of like speaking about, you know, my own personal experience, where my shadow and I united, and my shadow is just expressing that it's learning how to love, and it's actually willing to learn now. And we just cry together, you know. Yeah.
That's so much fun. It's beautiful. Shadow work.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
As much as these things are difficult and painful, they're
mm,
necessary. This is part of the soul journey. We have to heal
mm-hmm.
the pain, the emotional burden, the childhood wounds. You know, that 3-year-old that didn't get that cuddle, or
Yeah,
wasn't
absolutely.
allowed on that trip, or wasn't given that swimming lessons that she so wanted to desire. She really want to be an Olympic champ swimmer, but parents couldn't afford it.
No,
So you know,
absolutely.
those kind of wounds, they linger around us for so
Mhm.
long. It's not, and then we
Absolutely.
get triggered. Somebody else comes into our life, promises us something, and doesn't deliver, and boom, you're back where you were when you were 3 or 4 or whatever the pain, the situation is. It's so beautiful to see all of us doing the work, healing and growing and blossoming into the divine beings that we are. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
No,
I'm loving
definitely.
the journey.
Definitely, definitely. I think that was one of the things that was like key. I did a lot of astral traveling. It felt like on Saturday. I think I pretty much only sort of like grounded again on Sunday evening.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember being in a place where it was just like acceptance that where I am on the journey right now was inevitable for, you know, like what's to come in terms of the unfolding. And I think that it just kind of like really shifted my perspective. And I think my shadow for the first time in a long time had a conversation with a reflection. So I had a conversation with my partner, and that's like usually a reflection of it that it tends to be combative with. But it was actually like really expressing itself from a place of love, just saying, you know, I see you, I see me in you, I see parts of myself. And it was beautiful. It was a really beautiful exchange. I think I kind of had to continue to deal with the aftermath of that initial conversation, but it was just nice to see how much my shadow had grown, because maybe a year ago my shadow would have basically pointed out all of the other parts of the other person's shadows and basically condemned them for those parts of themselves. But where I had learned to accept those parts of myself within myself, it was almost saying, hey, you've got this and I got it too, you've got that and I got it too, you've got this. And it was like a really beautiful experience. So
Beautiful, beautiful.
yeah, it was good.
Wow.
It was good.
Well done. Well done, all of you, for the healing. I'm so, so proud for all of us. And, you know, it's just like some of my readings have been, it felt like I've been exposing people in my reading. But
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
a little nudge for people to wake up, really. So,
Definitely.
what have they got for us? You're starting, right? Today you're starting.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start to just kind of like have a quick look and see what's sort of coming into this week, because already what I'm hearing is rebirth. So it's definitely, and the cards are just flying all over the place. Yes, yes, I feel your words. Tangible change is how to relate to it. Experience, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, reflection. Let's go ahead and have a little look and see, guys. Show me, where are we as a collective for this week? They were definitely just waiting for the conversation to start. So, just so quick with it. So what I'm seeing for us this week, it seems like a lot of us are going to be doing, it's a lot of how can I put it? There's a lot of learning, I guess, that we're going to be, we're learning about the feelings that we've suppressed for a very long time. We're learning about how holding on to those feelings has been interfering with the abundance that spirit is trying to give to us. What I'm seeing is that there's a lot of us that have been setting intentions, right, about what it is that we want to be able to manifest, but we've been holding on to certain feelings. So what I'm seeing is that there's certain people that we love that love us differently. They're at a different place and a different stage in their love, and it seems as though we're kind of we're chipping away at the walls around ourselves, but we're learning why it's necessary. It's almost like we're at that place where we've been so insecure, I guess, about letting them in, and insecure about whether or not they are going to misuse and abuse our trust, misuse and abuse our love, misuse and abuse our hearts. And we've been just kind of we've been focusing on the material world as a way to not necessarily just distract ourselves, but to, it's kind of the coping mechanism of the wall that we've built. It's a condition of the wall that we've built. So whenever that pain comes up, we kind of drown ourselves in work, we drown ourselves in other conversations, we drown ourselves in other people's burdens, we drown ourselves in taking on other people's burdens, so that we don't necessarily have to really dive deep into the reflection of some of the things that we're still carrying ourselves. And Spirit's going to be taking us deeper into those parts of ourselves. It seems like we're going to be learning a lot about why it's important for us to go into those parts of ourselves, because it's helping us to cultivate our business. Really, it's helping us to cultivate our business in a new level. It's taking us into a new ascension point of our business. But it's almost like, the best way that I can put it, if we're looking to help sick people, the people that we're going to basically help to heal themselves are the people that have a lot of the same illnesses as we do. But if we're not actually working through some of those illnesses, it's almost like we haven't been qualified, we haven't been certified basically to work on them. And Spirit's saying that we have to basically be able to navigate through some of the repressed feelings that have left us feeling very, very insecure. I'm seeing that some of us are really, it's almost like we're drinking at, I'm not going to lie, it's very mind numbing. Even as I'm feeling it, it's almost like the pain of what's going on in the heart is it's almost like in the mind, it's like there's a lot of distortions taking place. It's almost like I just kind of like, I want you to leave me alone. Like you disrupt my peace is how I'm hearing it. You disturb my inner peace, and I just can't have you around. But it's almost like, again, it's almost like fighting with parts of yourself, because parts of yourself, so what I'm hearing is that there's parts of yourself that is still obviously emotionally connected to these people that may have, I guess, their love towards you is different in terms of the way that they express it. And because of that, you're kind of at a place now where you feel like the best thing for you to do is to basically shut them out and push them out. I'm not going to say to you run in naively and blindly, but Spirit is going to summon you, because I see that it's a summoning. It's almost like a court that's going to be taking place during the course of this week, where it's almost like you're going to be called to the stand to plead your case. You're going to be called to the stand to plead why, one, it's still okay, because it's almost like some of us I'm seeing where we're almost like, nope, I don't want to take the wall down. I feel like the wall is comfortable. This is where my peace is, and Spirit is almost saying that's a false narrative. Your peace is a, if that's what it takes for you to, how can I put it? If that's what it takes for you to have this serenity that you're speaking of, it's not tangible, it's not real in that case. It is a false narrative. It's you kind of shutting out a part of yourself in order to be able to focus on the light, but the dark is actually also a part of you as well, and you have to be able to become whole in order to be able to get to the next phase of your employment. Spirit, we're getting, the best way that I can put it, guys, because it's quite good. I mean, it's going to come with its own challenges, but I think we're getting what would you call it? We're getting a promotion this week from Spirit, which is nice, but we're going to have to work for it. We're going to have to work for it. We're basically going to have to work at breaking down our own barriers so that we can really tap into that. The best way that I can put it, I can see that there's people on the other side that's waiting for us, but we have to first, hey, beautiful, we have to first be willing to basically break down the barriers that we've been holding up. So we've been kind of like pushing, I want to say that it's almost like people that we love very deeply, people that have hurt us, people that have, I wouldn't say wronged us, but it does feel that way. And this probably has a lot to do with some of the astrological aspects. They just triggered something that was already within us, you know, but it seems like we're going to get a promotion. If we can work through this suppressed emotion, we'll be able to see more come in, which is nice. Which is nice. What path are we crossing as a collective, Spirit? Because that was a lot. What path are we crossing? Okay. Oh, we're crossing the path of our strength, guys. We're crossing the path of our strength. So I feel like this week we're actually, because we've been, you know, suppressing certain feelings, and we've been saying, you know, without enjoying this person, or without enjoying these challenging relationships, or basically blocking myself off from these challenging relationships, this is where I'm finding my peace. Spirit is challenging you to allow for your strength to show you exactly how strong you are, and for you to be able to see that your peace is not contingent on anybody else, but you being able to be whole within yourself. And it's not just about pushing somebody else out to be able to feel comfortable within yourself, but it's about being able to have that person as a part of your experience and still be able to be your whole self, still be able to, the words that I'm hearing is still be able to embody your peace from within, as opposed to presuming that they even have any power to disrupt your peace. They only have the power that you have given, is what I'm hearing. So it's going to be very, very interesting. One of the things that we're going to be able to utilize that strength to do is utilizing our patience. We'll be able to kind of really plan into the long term. They're showing me that we'll really be able to plan and see a lot more. This week's going to show us a lot more about what's unfolding for us up until the end of this year, they're showing me. And the only way that we're going to be able to do that, so when we clear away certain emotional blockages or certain emotional suppression, it actually makes room for the third eye to be cleared away, so we actually can see more of our future. And I feel like that's a part of what Spirit really wants to be able to do with this path that we're crossing. In strength, that's a major arcana, so this is a really big I don't want to say challenge, because I'm really starting to outgrow that word as well, but I feel like this is just something that is going to be very significant in our growing process. Nothing be able to interact with our peaceful feeling in every moment. Absolutely right. Absolutely. What's going on in our subconscious mind beneath the surface of all of this? Okay. So in the subconscious mind, in the subconscious mind, we're living in our limitations. We are limiting ourselves. These prisons that we're living in, these self-imposed restrictions that we're living in, we're kind of telling ourselves that we can't, this is the only way that it can be done. And Spirit is saying it's time for us to explore our options, because without the exploration, we won't necessarily be able to see this Page of Pentacles that's here waiting for us, this new financial opportunity that could very much be on the horizon. First, we have to be in a position where we're willing to break free from the shackles of what it is that we can't see. So the main thing that's going to be important this week is that as we clear out our emotional baggage, we'll restore our third eye. And it's going to give us an opportunity to see other ways in which we can bring in the coins. I'm hearing, bring in the coins. One of the things that I'm seeing as well is that we're actually going to be navigating through, basically, it's almost like, in the subconscious mind, we're seeing that a lot of the limiting restrictions that we've had on the way that we've been able to manifest our financial stability, we're now learning that it was very, how can I put it? It was very disorganized, for one. So we weren't necessarily in the best place to be able to receive as much of the abundance that Spirit wants to give us. So now we're going to be able to start planning for that disorganization. But we also are seeing that it was always going to leave us in a position where we're just about getting by. And Spirit wants to do more than that for us. Spirit wants to be able to give us this King of Pentacles, right? Spirit wants us to live this lavish lifestyle and live in all of the abundance that's here for us. But because we've been living in our Eight of Swords energy, in the parts of our subconscious mind, we haven't been able to sort of see the beauty that's there and how we can actually expand, other than just living, as they say where I'm from, hand to mouth. Your paycheck comes in and you can just about feed yourself, pay the bills, and that's it. Spirit doesn't want for us to live like that anymore. Spirit wants for us to be able to live more of a luxurious sort of experience. And we're going to be, this week is going to show us all the ways that we can set that up between now and December. So it's going to be really, really interesting. What's going on in the conscious mind for us as we navigate through this week, Spirit? Show me, because this is a lot for us to navigate through. Okay, in the conscious mind, we're dealing with Four of Wands energy in reverse. So we are going through a transition. It is going to come with breakdowns in communication. Maybe within our home circumstances, definitely within our home circumstances. I'm really just trying to, like, soften the blow, guys, but there's definitely going to be some miscommunication in our home circumstances, but these are necessary things. The thing that I was talking about, some of the feelings that we've been repressing and suppressing, or maybe we're too shy to speak about this, or maybe we've been waiting for the right moment to speak about that. No such thing exists, man. Once you put it out there, like, then you have to deal with it. Okay, you just have to rip off the band-aid and go in and see what's going on underneath the wound. And the best thing that I can say, like, we have to remember, like, when you have like an abrasion, when you have a cut, it's bandaged only for a limited period of time, because eventually you have to remove that bandage so that the wound can start to get some air, so that the wound can start to, it's almost like the white blood cells need to start to be able to correlate and do what it does to be able to formulate the scab. And the scab is really when the healing starts to take place, when we're speaking about wounds. So far we've literally, like, we've been holding the band-aid on certain wounds for a very long time, holding that band-aid and just kind of like leaving it there, assuming that the healing was taking place underneath there, but it had already reached the precipice. It had already reached the limitation, basically, of how much it was going to heal whilst the band-aid was still on. So Spirit's asking us to rip off the band-aid so that we can start to scab over on those wounds, so that they can really start to heal. Because once the scab grows, then new life grows, new skin grows, new being is inevitable. So yeah, whatever comes up in the home situation, approach it with love and know that you're stronger than you think that you are. And when you are triggered in those moments and your wall comes up, anger is only a mask. Anger masks our pain, it masks our hurt, it masks our sadness. Take off the mask. anger isn't really, I'm not going to say anger isn't really who you are. Anger is a part of who you are, but it's not the core essence of who you are. It's simply a character that you're performing. You can actually just observe what it is that anger wants to say and speak on anger's behalf instead of allowing for anger to speak through you. Okay. What is the outcome for us as we navigate through this week's spirit? What is the outcome? Okay. That was a whole lot. I'm not going to take all of that because we'll be here forever. I'm going to take the first few that popped out. But the outcome for us is that we're basically dealing with a lot of moodiness because of the breakdown in the family dynamics, basically, for lack of a better way of putting it. A lot of it as well. You know, a lot of the times when we deal with stress, one of the biggest stresses in our experiences in general is actually finances. So a lot of the times people may think that they're stressed for other reasons, but if they go deeper into it, it all comes back to some sort of financial instability that is causing a lot of the stresses because of things that wants to be done. So observe it, identify what it is that is really and truly stressing you, because spirit's going to give us an opportunity to come closer as a partnership so that we can utilize each other, but you have to first be able to communicate clearly and efficiently, because if you don't, you may miss this very big window of opportunity that is going to allow for you to it's almost like the way that I'm seeing it, it's almost like this wheel that is kind of like pouring something out, picking something up, pouring something out. Don't know what they're called, but they're showing it to me. I think it's kind of like, I can't think of what it's called, but they're showing me that some things have to be poured out, and in order for us to pick newness up, we have to pour it out. But this is going to give us an opportunity to come back to a unified partnership within our home circumstances. But first, we have to navigate through the moodiness. Yeah, that's it, guys.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. What a big day.
It is definitely.
It was heavy. But I received the message. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, beautiful. Let's have a look and see what's going on with the divine masculine and feminine, because literally last week took so many notes where it all started to come up and I was like, yep, tick, yep, tick. So thank you.
Let's go see. And one of the things that's sticking out for me, what you said about for people restricting, we're the ones restricting ourselves. So let's self-limiting values, beliefs. So let's go see. Let's see who's coming out tonight. Where are we tonight? So we're going to start with the divine feminines, and we're going to see what is in the dark side of the soul. I'm going to choose 3 cards each. Quickly, Spirit, show me, please. What's in the dark side of the divine feminine soul? What are we dealing with that we're not projecting to others? What are we dealing with? Because when we're going through stuff, sometimes we cannot truly show everybody what we're going through. Okay, I got 3 cards. Right. So the first card that came out is imprisonment. This is what is in the dark side of the soul for the feminine. Again, it correlates with what you just said about self-limiting beliefs that some of us are holding about ourselves. You know, some of you might think that you cannot do that particular thing that you always wanted to do, that you know you're good at. And you also know that it makes you happy when you do it, but you're limiting yourself from your own thoughts. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Am I echoing on the other side?
No.
Okay, I can.
Are you echoing on your side? Oh.
So
is she echoing?
Yeah, on my side. So we have demanding in the dark side of the soul of the feminine. So a lot of you might be demanding to see some changes in your person. And that is deep down embedded in you, in your subconsciousness. You expect it. You want to see change. So you're demanding it one way or the other. Maybe you cut them off because this is part of the demand. If you don't change, I'm not going to talk to you. And you need to respect me a little bit more. So you need to change your attitude. I demand that you change your attitude towards me and this relationship, this situation. Okay, the next one we have is abuse. So a lot of you might be feeling that perhaps you've been abused in your relationship with your person, one way or the other. But abuse takes so many different forms. It could be emotional abuse. It could be physical abuse. It could be psychological abuse. It could be any sort of abuse, or it could be even someone not respecting the relationship. It could be an abuse in itself. So in the deep side of the soul, this is what the feminine have that they're dealing with, they're looking at. It's not too bad. We have to look at these things in order to bring about change in our love, in our lives, in our relationships. Okay, it's not bad. Imprisonment. This is just so cool because remember I said to you, what is standing out for me in everything that you said, I heard it all, but this self-doubt was just standing up. It just kept popping up in my head as you were talking. So it's so interesting that imprisonment came out. Right, let's go see what the masculine is dealing with. Spirit, please show me what is in the dark side of the masculine. The collective masculine, what are they dealing with? Come true for us with love. Wow. Okay, I have victim mentality. You can't make it up. Self-imposed restriction. You can't make it up. Thank you, Spirit. What else do we have? Anxiety. Yes, this is a really bad one. A lot of our masculines are dealing with anxiety. Some of them want to come forth, but they don't know how. Some of them want to start a business. They want to prove themselves. They want to step into their new being. And they're feeling a lot of anxiety around this stuff. You know, some of them are so far away from their own intuition that it's costing them anxiety. So send them some prayers, lovely divines. Let's pray for the masculines when we're out there in our meditation so that they can come out of this self-imposed restriction. Victim mentality. I think we're all mirroring each other here. And you said that in your collective, the reading that you just did, that we're all going to be experiencing this self-imposed restriction, imprisonment that we find ourselves. Victim mentality. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. Everybody else is better than me. It's just a lie that we tell ourselves. Because nobody else can do it as you do. You were divinely designed to do whatever it is that you choose to do. It's in your DNA. You know, check your life path numbers and see what you're doing and see if it's not written down that you're going to come here and do this. Okay, what are we doing? Oh, let's go see what's happening with the conversation tonight. Right. Everybody's in prison in their mind. Let's see. This is going to be interesting. All right, let's start. What is the feminine feeling towards this relationship that she finds herself in? What is she feeling? Spirit, show me one card. Excuse me. I think a lot of the feminine are concerned about their leaving their home. If you have a home, or if you're thinking of moving, anything to do with your stability. This is what the feminine are they're feeling. They want stability. They want to build a home with their person. They want to make things happen. You know, this is what they're feeling. Yeah. What else, Spirit? Show me. What else is the feminine? You know, it's all about building the foundation for the feminine. And some are feeling empty. Some of the feminines are feeling empty. Like this dream hasn't come to be. And you must be feeling empty if you're in prison, right?
Yeah.
So that's feeling sick of everything. When is this thing going to happen? When is this happiness? When is this bliss and harmony coming in our union? So that's what they're feeling. And when are we going to be grounded? When are we going to have earthly possessions that we can really sit back and say, look what we've done together, look what we've achieved together. So because it hasn't happened yet, the feminine feeling empty. What else are they feeling, Spirit? What are they? Oh, that guy just flew away. Ooh. Some of the feminine are feeling a little bit of anger, a little bit of resentment, because things has not come up to be what they expect. They expected. Yeah. Yes, of course, and they're in prison there in the mind. When you're in your mind too much, you get angry with yourself and the world. Okay, let's go see what they're thinking. What are they thinking? Spirit, what is the feminine thinking, Spirit? Wow. They're thinking, I need my space. I need space to think. I need a new space maybe for some who will be moving. I need my own space. I need space to think, or I need us to have our space together so we can really begin something grand. This is the part of our sovereign right. So she's needing space. She's thinking, We really need our own space now. And it's interesting because that came under the earthly possession. So that's making me think this feminine is thinking about creating a home, a perfect harmony, you know. And if you already have a home with your partner, you're creating, you're thinking about bringing more stuff like harmony, bliss, the space to be creative, maybe space to be, to know each other more, space to collaborate. You know, just give it a chance. Give it a little space. Come on, let's do this. That's what she's thinking. All right, what else you thinking, Spirit? What else is feminine thinking tonight? In this mood of, it was the Lion's Gate the other day. So many beautiful stuff was happening in the universe. What else is she thinking? She's thinking transformation. The feminine is going through a lot of transformation. Some of you are just, you know, you're stepping into your own, you're becoming, your new becoming. Whatever that is for you, you're really embracing. I see you shining here. Look at those beautiful colors. You're full of light. You're like a beacon of light to anybody that comes your way. They can feel you. That's what you're thinking. You just want to keep shining. Go on, like goddesses. Let's be the beacon of light, even for our masculine. Even if we're not talking to them, we still have to keep them in the light because there's so many energies out there, as you know. Okay? What's she thinking? She's thinking masculine. She's thinking like she's caught up in the web of illusion with this relationship. Because it's like going on a roundabout. You know, when you're a child and you go to the playground or to what they go to, like, and you get on one of those roundabouts. That's what Spirit is showing me, and then it just keeps spinning and you can't get off. So it's like an illusion. This is what this feminine is thinking. Like, I've done so much work, I've transformed myself, and yet I'm still caught in this illusion. What is all of this? No wonder she's angry in her feelings. Because this illusion, whatever it is for you, take it as it resonate because everybody is different. But this is what's happening tonight. So this feminine is really, she's fed up of it. She's fed up of the illusion. She wants transformation. She wants the new space to begin, a new beginning, perhaps. All right. Shall we go see what's the masculine feeling? And then what's it thinking? And then we look at the outcomes for them. All right, Spirit, show me, what is this masculine? Who is God? Victim mentality in his subconsciousness, anxiety and self-imposed. What is he thinking? Oh, wow. We have the self upside down. So this masculine, of course, I like when Spirit talks to us. It correlates because the self is upside down. It means this person is really being attacked by anxiety. This person probably is really feeling and thinking themselves like victim mentality, like I can't do this. This is what I'm hearing. I can't do this. This person is feeling so down and out because look, the self is upside down, and I shuffled all of this card. This person feels so down and out that they might not have any energy to come forward because they're full of anxiety here. So that's what they're thinking. I'm full of anxiety. I can't come forward. Want to, but I can't right now because I have to love myself. So let's go see what else. What else are they thinking? What are they thinking, Spirit? What is this masculine thinking? Beautiful tonight. This masculine is thinking, I got to release some things in my life. I still got some baggage that I need to release. And then we have the opportunity upside down. It's like this masculine is thinking maybe there is no more opportunity between you and them. Maybe they've lost the opportunity for some of them, they're thinking. Would you give me another opportunity for me to find myself, to release the things that no longer serve me, so that I can find myself? That's what he's thinking. Hopefully the opportunity will come for you, masculine. We love you. We're always sending you prayers. So he's releasing what he doesn't serve him, which is beautiful, and focusing on self. Let's go see what he's feeling now. Wow. There is so much going on in the collective. Everybody's... So he's feeling modest. I love it. Masculine is feeling modest. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Cutting your coat according to your size. And being humble, yeah, humble is the word, you know, because Spirit wants us to be, when you watch the animals, when you watch the dogs and the cats, they're just so humble. There's no ego. They're not coming to take from you or exploit you in any way. This is how Spirit wants us to be. For all of us to have modesty in our dealings with each other. So this is what he's feeling. Masculine is coming into their own. They're becoming. That's right. Okay, what else are they feeling? Spirit, show me. Okay, they're feeling free will. Okay, so free will came out reverse. So some of them are still either struggling with their free will or have made the wrong choices with their free will. They have chose things that did not serve them, and now they're rethinking it and thinking, I know I'm free to make choices, but you're not free to choose the consequences. You're free to choose. There's so many choices. You can choose anything you like, but the consequences you cannot choose. So this is telling me as it come upside down, that certain people have made certain choices that they're now really regretting. Okay, that's what he's feeling. Right, what else is he feeling, Spirit? Show me, show me, show me. Show me, Spirit. What is our loving masculine feeling? He's feeling about us. Again, this card was upside down. I don't understand it. Why, Spirit? Okay, this is about a real concern. The real concern is us, right? So he's feeling that maybe if he comes forward, because we saw here that he's feeling like it's free will. He doesn't have maybe the confidence to come forward. We saw that the real concern is about us. But at the same time, that's upside down. He's probably thinking there's no chance that you're not going to give him another chance. That's what he's thinking. Okay, quickly, I think time is almost up. Let's go see what is the outcome. What is the likely outcome? Because he's got anxiety, he's got victim mentality. He's really thinking small about himself. The self is upside down. Spirit, please, what is going on? Give me something here. What is the likely outcome for this couple that has showed up tonight? Show me, Spirit, what is going to happen for them? Beautiful. Whoa. 2 cards came out. We're going to take it. Forgive and have a new insight. So somebody is having a new insight about whatever has happened. They've come to realize certain things about themselves, the way they carry out maybe in this relationship. And then somebody needs to forgive. Truly forgive. So that's the likely outcome. One more. Let me see what's under under the deck, we have hope. There is hope for this relationship. There is hope. And at the top, Spirit says to listen to the voice within. That could be for both masculine and feminine, especially if you're struggling with forgiveness here. So let's go into the meditation. And also, this new insight is also about the voice within. Go within and let's all do the work. It's time, yes. So that we can, you see, the masculine is releasing. It's releasing. This is a beautiful card. Can you imagine how much baggage that would have been? Look at that, all those safety pins. It's time to let them go. So that's all, folks. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We're doing the work. And we saw that this wasn't going to be an easy week anyway. So it just goes along what your first reading. It all tallies up. That's all, folks. Why you look so? What's the matter, baby?
No, it was just really it was really how can I put it? I feel like I've already started to experience a little bit of what's going on in the dark side, and it was interesting because I said to you that, you know, the conversation that I had with, you know, my DM was my shadow speaking to their shadow, saying this is kind of like how we reflect each other. And I think even though my shadow was coming from a place of love, because I love all parts of myself, light and dark, I think, you know, sometimes with the divine masculines, I find that a lot of the challenge that they have being able to navigate through their process is that they feel maybe that we could possibly only love them in their light. And I don't necessarily, from my own personal experience anyways, I can only speak for myself. It's not that I only want to love your light. It's that, you know, your darkness is also a part of you that I would like to know, and gain more of an understanding of, instead of it being casted out, because it's a part of who you are as well. But I think, you know, just that whole notion that divine feminine is kind of like really quite demanding at the minute. Maybe we're kind of like, show me your shadow self, and they're like, oh my God, I want to show you that part of myself. That part of myself. So it's going to be an interesting week. Like, that's what my face was like. That's why my face was like that. I'm just like, oh, I'm already sweating.
Well, shall we see what action they can take? How much time do we have?
We probably have a good couple of minutes.
Okay. So let's see action cards. What action can divine feminine take?
Yes,
Come
that
out
would
of
be
this
nice.
imprisonment, and what else should they see? Demanding energy, and this
Yeah.
abuse of her power. You know, again, this could be feminine. Some of us could be abusing our power. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we're demanding for this masculine to just man up, man up, man up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need to really kind of look at that ourselves, is what I'm saying, as well as you know, encourage the masculine to change. All right. So let's go see what is the advice card. What is the action that the feminine can take? Because when I saw that forgive, yeah, maybe some masculine needs to forgive the feminine, but I'm more taking it that it resonates a bit more on the feminine side. That's what I get when spirit is nudging me to really focus on this forgive. For the feminine, and the masculine need to forgive themselves as well for being, you know, whatever they have been doing. Yeah. Okay, let's go and see what is the advice for the feminine.
Beautiful orange.
Time to build partnership.
Yeah.
So the feminine has been imprisoned herself, not being able to forgive, maybe. So, you know, you're going solo. We've been going solo for so long now. Spirit is saying time for partnership here. This is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing the Two of Wands as well. Maybe some of you were going to get some communication. For those who are not in communication right now, you might get you might get a text or a phone call from your person, kind of like, you know, what's up, gal? That would be nice. Or it could be you just picking up the phone and being the first one to reach out. Partnership. Or it could be a new business that you're thinking about, a project. Spirit is asking you to take action on all those of the things right now. All right, what else can we have? Give me one for the masculine spirit. What is it for the masculine? What advice do we have? What advice does the masculine need to take? Spirit. Decisions came out. Oh my goodness, you can't make this up. Where's my bell? Whoa.
I love you.
What? You can't make it up. Because, okay, the masculine in the dark side, they had victim mentality. That means some of our masculine have not been able to make decisions clearly. They've been thinking, either they're thinking small, because when you can't decide, you're just thinking small. You're not moving. So, Spirit is asking you to please make decisions, move forward, keep moving, keep it moving. And this is the green. This I'm seeing what this is what the heart chakra, the color green. So some of our masculine need to open their heart, you know, truly, genuinely do the self-worth work. Love yourself. Get out of the anxiety and the self-imposed restriction, the victim mentality. Take a decision today to change your ways. Spirit is right there by your side. All you need to do is just call out, reach out, you know, just see Spirit, the divine, like some big brother, you know, and he's right there, but you're scared to go out because it's your first day at school. Your big brother is right there saying, come on, I got your back. And he said, reach out and hold my hand. This is what Spirit is asking you to do, divine masculine. Don't be afraid of your intuition. Don't be afraid of the light. The more you reach out to the light, the more your life is going to be full of abundance. You're going to be, things are going to fall into place like domino. Boom, 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 boom. So let's get doing the work. And that's feminine partnership. Get out and do things with your feminine, and you know, you're not in a reunion right now. You know, partner up with your feminine friends. Get that project going. Get that artwork out. Get that new game up. Whatever it is, the world is waiting for you. That's all, folks.
Thank you so much. That was beautifully put. I think I will definitely navigate through this week, making sure that I keep in the vibration of partnership. So thank you for that. It's
I'll
gonna be quite.
Keep your eyes open because magic is in the air. Before you're just gonna walk somewhere and somebody be like, "What did you? Oh, I was looking for someone who does that. Can we back down?" This is how spirit works. Enjoy. It's beautiful to be living in these times. We're living in magic. You know, I don't know. I kept thinking. I kept hearing this saying in my head, right? Like, I'm living like my life is golden. You know this song? Living like my life is golden. Living like my life is golden. So,
that was definitely
guys,
playing in the
live like your life is golden. Imagine how sparkling you would feel.
Yeah.
And I've been feeling that. I've been imagining that I'm living like my life is golden. You know, everything is just falling into place. So that's what I need to share with you. My little tip for today: go out and live your life like it's golden. Blessed, beloved. Love you, love you, love you.
Oh, no, I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Empress. Definitely as well, guys. Obviously, Mystic Tira, aka Raven Bear Feathers. These are, you know, her own personalized creations as divinely guided by spirit. So if you guys are interested in being able to, I guess, break down the layers of what's going on in your dark side, definitely hit her up for those cards. And that is our 20-second countdown. Any final words for the collective, beautiful?
Well, guys, keep being prayerful. Stay in prayer. It doesn't matter if your blessings are coming. Just keep praying and be thankful. Always pray. Great gratitude brings more. The more you pray.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more.